This is a kangaroo braided edge. This can only be done by hand. It takes longer to do this edge treatment than it does to construct this entire belt.
Kangaroo, alligator,
There'll be 4 more pieces under that when we're all done with it.
hippo, and other exclusive leathers are carved, crafted, and combined to create belts that, completed with intricate gold or silver buckles, are wearable pieces of fine Western art.
That's our specialty. We've taken the belts that we've made and really elevated what can be built into a belt. This is a technique called filigree.
And for Trajan Vieira, it all started in his dad's saddle shop in Paso Robles,
I got to do a lot of tooling on his saddles.
California cowboy country.
I wanted to ride bucking horses and build saddles because that's exactly what my dad did, and I wanted to be just like him. 125 plain Jane, 175 is a little decoration.
During college, he was home most weekends to work in Dad's shop and spent summer weekends on the rodeo circuit, riding bareback horses.
And then I moved to Elko, Nevada.
But building saddles is what he really wanted to do.
Saddle company there, J.M. Capriola. So they offered me a job. And so, I figured ride bareback horses out there and have some fun, learn to be a saddle maker, and that's what I did.
He arrived in Cody in 2001, going to work for Seidel Saddlery. And 7 years later,
I had an opportunity to do my own design and my own stuff, and so that was time to move on.
Focusing his saddle building skills on a unique Western niche.
Most saddle makers don't want to touch a belt. We've kind of embraced it. It really reaches a wider market.
More than 1 million visitors come through Cody every summer.
We're in a unique location here in Cody, Wyoming.
Gateway to Yellowstone. Many want to take something home from the West.
A nicely designed Western-styled belt that's made out of elegant materials and doesn't look too cowboy. That's a good fit for a lot of people. It'll be the last one for a while.
Trajan and his crew still build saddles.
Maybe one every few years just to keep the skill set. But our mainstay is belts. Exotic material under the buckle, tooled across the back. A Gen 3 is really all about the exotic. So this is always a single piece cut of American alligator, no splice. A little flourish on the left side of the buckle as you wear it.
All handmade.
We do about 1,000 belts a year.
With leather, cut, trimmed, shaped, and sewn by many of the same machines you would have found in saddle shops 100 years ago.
These were developed in the late 1800s.
Like this vintage hook and awl machine.
That's what stitches are, basically our heavy saddle stitch. This would have been in every boot repair shop since early 1900s. You start there with the trimmer, you come in here, that you sand it, differing grits, and then you're polishing out the cowboy boots. So it came out of my dad's shop.
And a machine with lots of memories.
That's why we keep it. You see the alligator, you see the tooled finishes.
All of those tools transform exotic leathers into the multitude of pieces that will be combined to create these high-end belts.
M&W ranches.
Tooled both outside and inside.
Much like laminating wood, you're going to add a lot of stiffness with layers of leather. So it came about to decorate this inside. It allowed me to put knife cuts in one of those layers of the finished belt, and it helped soften it. And so now it's become really the hallmark and a design element that we put in all of our straps. These are our alligator belly cut skins. We buy our materials specifically from a producer in Louisiana. Those are really hard to get. Like, I'm competing with European fashion houses for those skins. So Jeff likes me, so he supplies me. He doesn't have to, but he does because he likes me. So that's our end. It's relationship building. That's how we get these really exclusive skins. The blue part, that's American alligator. And then the uppers are a glace goat.
Mercury Leather also produces a very exclusive line of custom cowboy boots.
Those are well over 100 hours.
For those who can get on the 3-year waiting list.
I don't do but maybe 10 pair a year, that's it. We wanted to make sure that they fit before we did the highly decorative pieces. And so if you notice here, there's a pin mark. Well, that was where he had some pressure. So the finished boot was built out of this same material. So I just kind of whipped up a pair real quick based on the last profile that we created. I sent it off and I said, hey, wear these around for a couple days, a week. Let me know how they feel. And so we marked up where it was tight. Everything else felt good. And so we adjusted the last profile in that particular spot. and did the finished pair, which was highly decorated.
These one-of-a-kind boots start at $5,000 and often cost $10,000.
You can have a set of skins that I have one pair of, and that'll go on one boot, and that's it. You really don't see two exactly the same. Beautiful camel. This gives us a nice rugged look.
Today, Mercury offers another line of boots that don't take 3 years to order.
We wanted to carry it ready to wear, but we wanted something that was handmade.
Made by Kimosabi Grit, a high-end Western store based in Aspen with locations in Jackson Hole, Park City, and other prestigious Western destinations.
They're our largest wholesale client.
One of the very few places that also sell Trajan's belts.
From there, we start kind of adding into our exotic combinations. This is tooled and filigreed.
Mercury also carries Kimosabi cowboy hats.
But everything handmade. That's really the core of our shop.
And a beautiful selection of silver and gold buckles.
We really sell a complete set.
From the top Western silversmiths in the country.
Great buckles don't work without great belts, and great belts don't work without great buckles. And that's really what everything in my shop is. We make it by hand, people support us, so I want to support other makers that make their pieces by hand.